know I wrote a book, right? It's called Buy a Game, and it's free. Click the link down there. You got it.
DreAllDay.com.
Today's stream, I want to talk about 3 challenges people have in reaching the goals that they want to reach in life. And can I please get a steady stream of hearts over there on Periscope? I appreciate y'all. What's up, Jacksonville, Florida? Who is that? Sosa Thumper. What's up, everybody over there in Jacksonville? And somebody wrote something in Russian. I do not speak Russian, so you got to write in English for me to catch that. 3 challenges people have when going after their goals in life. And these 3 challenges are common. They apply to everyone. And they're probably the reason why anybody, if you haven't gotten where you want to get yet, there are 3 reasons why you haven't gotten there. All 3 of these challenges, 3 of these problems can be overcome. That's the good news. So first I'm going to tell you what all 3 of them are, and then I'm going to go into detail about what each one of them is. These 3 things are obscurity, uncertainty, and persistence. These are the 3 challenges everyone has in reaching their goals in life. And I'm going to explain in detail what each one of those means, and I'm going to take questions. So if you got them, get questions ready, but don't post them yet until I'm done, so I don't want to miss your question that you posted and I didn't get it. I think I'm speaking at a normal rate for someone who understands English. So if you can't understand me, then that don't mean I'm speaking slow. That means you listening fast. So you got to listen faster, so I ain't got to slow down for you to catch up. Number 1, obscurity. Obscurity means not enough people know who you are. So you might be great at what you do. You might be the best barber in your whole neighborhood or on the whole block, but not enough people know who you are, so you don't have enough repeat businesses to open up your own barbershop. You cutting people's hair in your garage. You can't even get a chair at somebody's shop because you don't have enough repeat clients. So the number 1 thing that is a challenge for most people, even when they're good, is obscurity. Not enough people know who you are. Not enough people have seen you. Not enough people have heard of you. Your song hasn't gotten passed around enough on SoundCloud. Not enough people have subscribed to your podcast. Not enough people looking at your Periscope stream. Not enough people have read your book. One thing that keeps people, because a lot of times when people want to be successful, they say, well, I want a lot of people to know me. I want to make a lot of money. I want to move a lot of units. I want to have a lot of customers. Well, to get a lot of something, more people have to know your name. The more people know your name, or your product's name, or your business's name, or your service's name, more people know your name, the bigger you can grow. So number 1 challenge a lot of people have is that people just don't know that you exist. And I'm going to go back through these, go back over, and I'm going to take any questions on this topic. Number 2, uncertainty. This is a big problem for a lot of people. Uncertainty. In other words, lack of confidence. Lack of self-belief. You just don't believe in yourself enough. You don't believe in your product. You don't believe in your service. You don't believe in your company. You don't believe in what you're doing. And even though you might have the right skill, you might have the right skill level, and there might be a good amount of people who know of you, you not believing enough, they don't believe. And they're not buying into what you're doing. How many basketball players on here ever went to the park or went to the gym or in your backyard on your driveway by yourself? You're working on your game and you got all these moves, you got all this game, you're making all these shots, you got all these skills, and then you get in a game with people that you never met. There's referees, the lights are on, there are coaches, everybody's watching, and all of a sudden, all those skills that you had when you were practicing by yourself, they're not there anymore. Or you play ball with your friends and you're doing your thing, but then when you go play ball against some guys that you don't know at the park, all of a sudden all those skills that you had when you was killing your friends, you can't do any of them. You're using only 10% of your game. So this happens to people all the time. How many people here ever practice a speech? You knew exactly what you wanted to say and it was smooth and it was perfect and everything. Then you got in front of the room, in front of your classroom of 20 people, in front of an audience of 500 people, in front of an online audience of 100 or 1,000 people, and all of a sudden you were stammering over your words. You didn't like how you looked. You were stuttering. You were forgetting your lines, all because you got in front of people and you just couldn't perform at the same way. How many people here have a great product? You got a great service or a great business that you're working with. The product is already proven, has already been sold for the last 50 years, but for whatever reason, you're not making any sales. Even though they've been selling billions of dollars worth of products and services for years, but you just happen to not be making any sales. It has nothing to do with the product or the service or your game. It's just a lack of belief. It's a lack of confidence in who you are, a lack of confidence in your ability to deliver when it matters, i.e., on a sales call, standing in front of the room when it's time to give a speech, at tryouts for the basketball team, at the game, at the rec league, is your ability to believe in the moment that it matters, your confidence going into it and your confidence during it that stops a lot of people from reaching success. So you must handle this. And I'm going to go back over all 3 of these, how you can overcome these. And number 3, so number 1 was obscurity. Not enough people know about you. Number 2 was uncertainty, not believing in yourself enough. And number 3 is persistence. Persistence. And this is the easiest one to overcome. Persistence is the easiest one to overcome because persistence is available to everybody. Anybody can be persistent at any moment. Persistence simply means you do something, whatever it is you're doing, and you do it over and over and over and over again on a consistent basis. Anything that you're good at, everybody watching this, we're all good at something. Whatever you're good at, you're persistent at it. If you're in good shape right now, you got good physical fitness, you're probably persistent when it comes to working out and consistent when it comes to working out. You go to the gym every day, you go to the gym 5 times a week, you run 3 times a week, you run every morning. Whatever it is you do, you're persistent and consistent about doing it. The challenge of persistence for a lot of people is that they give up after someone tells them no. They give up after somebody is negative about whatever their goals or whatever that person's goals happens to be. They give up after they try something 2 times. They see somebody else try it 2 times, get success. They try it 2 times, don't get success. And they say, well, somebody else got it after 2 times. I didn't. So I guess that means it's not going to work out for me. So I quit. This is what happens to a lot of people in life. They don't persist long enough. Understand that if you look at the most successful people in any field, anything you're looking at, music, basketball, computers, any type of business, politics, there are people who stick around the longest. You must stick around for a long time in order to, first of all, you got to outlast all your competition. Second of all, you got to develop some skill. You got to have some game. You got to work on your game. You're not going to get game from doing something for a short period of time. And third of all, you got to be around so that when the opportunity comes, your preparation can meet it. We all know what luck means. Luck is the meeting of preparation and opportunity. So the only way that you're going to be able to get lucky is for you to, first of all, be prepared, which means you got to be around. Second of all, you got to have the opportunity meet you. You can't control the opportunities at all times, but guess what? You can control the other half, which is the preparation, which means you got to be there. If you're not there when the opportunity comes, then you're not prepared. All right, that's the definition of preparation, is being ready at the moment. If you're not there, then you're not ready. If you're ready but you're somewhere else, then you're not ready. That's the opposite of being ready. So let me go back over the 3 things, the 3 challenges that people have, and I'm going to tell you how to overcome those. Number 1, obscurity. Not enough people know who you are. How are you going to overcome obscurity? First of all, you got to get more confidence. You got to go to the challenges number 2. And how do you get more confidence? Is by persisting. By doing something long enough, you develop skill by doing it over and over again. So we actually have to work backwards. So as you improve your persistence, which is the easiest one. Reason persistence is the easiest one because I don't have to teach you persistence. Persistence is something all of you understand, all of you know what it means. There's nothing stopping any of you from being persistent and consistent in what you're doing. It's just a choice that you make. I'm choosing to be more persistent, which means, yes, I worked out the last 3 days in a row, but I'm trying to lose 20 pounds. So guess what? I'm going to make it 4, 5, 6, and 35 days in a row that I'm going to work out. You must choose to be persistent, which means I'm choosing to continue to do this action even when I don't feel like it. Even when I'm not getting great results, even when somebody was negative about me, even when nobody's paying me any attention, even when I'm not getting the rewards, even when I'm looking at myself in the mirror and I still don't see myself as being successful, I'm going to persist anyway. That's the number 1 skill you must develop. If you can't develop this skill, then nothing else that I say in this stream is going to help you, so you might as well stop watching. So number 1, develop your persistence. Choose to be persistent. This is not a talent. There's no book that you got to read about it. There's no other video you got to watch, nothing on YouTube, nothing on Twitter. There's no secret sauce to it. You must choose to be persistent in what you're doing. If you do this, then you can do the other 2 steps. Well, steps number 2 and step number 1. Number 2 is building your confidence. Confidence comes from doing something for a long time. Longevity breeds credibility. You get credible in something the longer you've been doing it. Someone comes to you, if you go to the doctor and the doctor says, hey, this is the first time I'm doing this type of surgery, but hey, let's get ready. Let me put you under anesthesia. You're going to be a little bit nervous. Why? Because it's their first time doing it. What do you mean? Even if they went to school, even if they got all the medical degrees, even if they read 30 books on doing the surgery, are you happy? Are you comfortable with that first doctor who's doing it for the first time? Probably not. But if a doctor walks in there and he's 70 years old and he says, man, I've been doing this for the last 53 years, you're probably a little bit more comfortable. Why? Because the longevity breeds credibility. So the way that you're going to be able to build your confidence, your self-belief in doing something is, first of all, you got to do it for a long time. Second of all, look at the people who are doing it better than you, because they probably already exist, or even in a different field who are doing a certain area of that thing better than you. Take the pieces that they're doing that work for you. Again, you got to filter this through who you are, where you are, what you're doing. Take those pieces and then iterate. We call that iterating. So basically, every time you try something, you see what worked, what didn't work, make a slight change. Make a slight change. It's kind of like with Apple, they put out different versions of the iOS. They're iterating, they're seeing what's working, they're seeing what's working, what's not working, what people want, what changes they can make, what can make it better. So different iterations. So you got to look at what other people are doing for the purposes of taking what works for you and leaving what doesn't work for you. That's how you build your self-belief and your confidence. You also can read my book on confidence. It's called The Super You at dreallday.com/superyou. Or you can watch my TED Talk on confidence. Actually, I should say, and watch my TED Talk on confidence. Just go to the link in my bio on Periscope. Is at dreallday.com. That's the link to my website. That's where you can watch my TED Talk on confidence. So once you built your confidence, once you built your self-belief, then the third thing is obscurity, getting more people to know your name, building your brand, announcing yourself, selling yourself, marketing yourself, and promoting yourself. I got good news about this. I am writing a book on selling yourself, marketing, and promoting yourself. It will be out in 2016. I don't have a working title for it yet. That book will be out this year. Now, when it comes to selling, marketing, and promoting yourself, I've done several videos on building your brand. They are on my YouTube channel or on my Facebook page. If you're on Facebook right now, those videos are already on Facebook. You just got to scroll down the timeline. If you're on YouTube, you need to, or if you're on Periscope rather, and if you're on Facebook, you need to go to my YouTube channel, which is you just type in my name, Dre Baldwin, in the search bar. I got playlists on top of playlists on top of playlists. When it comes to personal development, business, selling yourself, look through the videos, and you need to watch everything in the playlist because I cover how to sell yourself, how to market yourself, how to make people know your name. 3 steps to building a brand. I've talked about this in video before. Number 1 is, what is your brand about? Who do you represent? What are you about? Who are you for? Is step number 2. Who are the people who should be buying into this brand? And then the third thing is you must deliver on your promise. What is your brand about? Once you know what your brand is about, you get that out there. I don't care if there's only 2 people who are fans of you. You get it out there to those 2 people, and you keep delivering to those 2 people over and over again. They're going to bring a 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th person. So that's how you're going to build your brand. But again, I'm writing a book on that this year for all of you to learn how to sell, market, and promote yourself as an individual brand. And I also got several videos out on the topic on my YouTube channel. And if you really want to learn how to build your brand, all you got to do is just follow me on all my social media and my website, because this is what I do. I'm building my brand every single day. So if you just follow the stuff that I'm doing, you'll see how to build a brand. All you got to do is just follow everything that I'm doing. You do it yourself, filter it through what works for you, what doesn't work for you, and you'll start building your brand. So let me take questions. What's up, John from Athens, and Dylan, who are checking in on Facebook? Let me take questions. Anybody got questions about the 3 problems: obscurity, uncertainty, and persistence? This is Dre All Day, y'all talking to. For those who don't know me, from Philly, live in South Florida, author, coach, consultant, YouTuber, TED Talker. How long does it take to write my LinkedIn post? Not very long, because usually I write about stuff that I care about, so the words just come to me. I speak so fast. I don't really think I speak that fast. Oh yeah, I got a podcast that's going to be starting soon too. We just getting a couple other non-related business things out the way. Once all that stuff's off the table, the podcast will be out spring 2016. That is a guarantee. It'll be straight up my podcast. Y'all will know about it. Trust me. You believe that all publicity is good publicity? Yes. When you're obscure, yes. When you're obscure and nobody knows who you are, then yes, all publicity is good publicity. What's obscurity? It means nobody knowing who you are. Simple definition. If you want a more academic definition, look it up. I'm trying to write at times, and it takes me quite a while to write. Well, that means you got to write more. Step number 3, persistence. The more you write, the better you'll get at it. When I first started trying to write stuff, I wasn't good at it. Have I always been quick at writing? Well, there, I just answered your question right there. I think that one problem is patience. Well, persistence will handle that problem. Who would I recommend as a good music publicist? I have no idea. I don't know anything about the music publicist business, so I cannot recommend anyone to you. I would recommend that you go find somebody who's in the music business who can give you a better answer than I could. So I have no feet or hands or anything in the music business, so I know nothing about who would I recommend. Can I take any other questions? We're talking about obscurity, uncertainty, and persistence. If you got a question, speak now, forever hold your peace. So I got to keep on writing. Yeah, I think you already knew that though, didn't you? Is that news to you, that you got to keep on writing to get better at it? I don't think so. What are other mentors or people you look towards when you filter your life? Me personally, I read books. If you look at my reading list, that'll give you a good idea. That's the best answer I can give you. Go to drealldday.com. DreAllDay.com, and click on the link that says Books I Read under the About section, and you'll see it. I look like I'm Arabic. I never heard that one before. That's new. Might be the shadow. Can I take any more questions? This is Dre All Day. What's up, Mattia Babech? How do you improve your discipline? You read my book on discipline. The Mirror of Motivation. It says motivation, but it's really a self-discipline book. So read the book, The Mirror of Motivation. If you already read it, read it again. And then get ready to read Mirror of Motivation Part 2, which will be out soon. I'm finishing up that book right now. What helps you be persistent when you don't feel like it? The Mirror of Motivation will help you be persistent when you don't feel like it. That's what discipline is. Being persistent when you don't feel like it. So the Mirror of Motivation, that's a book on discipline. Do I still contact with Music City Beats? Who's asking? Great, thanks. I'm actually reading the Dre Philosophy right now. That's a good one. All right, can I take any other questions? I got a question on Facebook. Brendan says, Dre, when did you start your brand and when did it take off? Well, what's your definition of taking off, Brendan? My brand started, when did my brand start? I guess it started when I started blogging in 2005. An Arabic version of Will Smith? Well, I'm actually African American just like him, so why would I be an Arabic version of him? Never heard that one. Haven't heard any of the beats in your videos, that's why. Well, they're there. You're not listening strong enough. They are there. All right, so there was another question on Facebook. John says, do I think obscurity is positive? In some cases, it's very important. Of course, there's always, I missed that question. Somebody said, what are some key principles of what? I missed that one. Brendan says, when did it get popular? What's the definition of popular? Again, you're using another word that's very, what am I looking for? I forget the word that I'm looking for there. It's very subjective. So you got to give me a hard definition of what that word means. How long have I been doing this for? Since I started blogging, 2005. Ali said, how do you overcome uncertainty? Do I have a video on this? Yeah, I got a whole book on it. It's called The Super You. And John says, in some cases, it's very important, obscurity. Yes, of course. Yeah, if you're a part of a terrorist group, you probably want to be obscure so people don't know who you are and they don't take you to jail. Yes, I get that. There's an opposite side to anything. Yes, I get that. I'm thinking that when I had these conversations here, that is a little bit higher level than people want to point out the contrary view to every single thing that I said. I understand that. Well, thank you, Bino, Eli. I appreciate that. That key principles, I missed it again. Please post that one more time. I'll catch it this time. Anybody else got a question? I'll take it. It's the first time I've seen a racist black dude. Who are you talking about? Salman S3A. Christopher says, under what circumstances is it appropriate to give up, if at all? I did a stream about that about 2 weeks ago. It'll be on my YouTube channel. What motivates me the most personally, I said it at the top of this video, empowering as many people as possible, giving them something that they otherwise wouldn't have. Key principles that you kept when starting your brand. There were no key principles. Because number one, I didn't even know I was starting a brand. I was just blogging because I like blogging. I started putting videos on YouTube just because I had a camera. So I didn't start it like, oh, I'm going to start a brand. I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. That's not how it started. I was just doing it because I wanted to do it. It became a brand around when people started talking about brands. Nobody was talking about brands in 2005. At least not for individual people. That didn't start till like 2012 or 13. That's when everybody started talking about brand this, personal brand this, and personal brand that. This is new. Work on your game shorts. We'll see. There has to be a high demand for them. So I had no fear of failure because I didn't know. How can you fail? You can't fail in building a brand. What's the finish line? You can buy the gear at hoophandbook.com. Did I get shoes sent to me by Nike? I don't know. You're a representative. Who you representing? The IRS? I don't know if I should answer that question. You would buy them? All right. Yeah, we need a little bit more demand than one person, though. They don't make them individually. All right, can I take any more questions? This is Dre All Day. We are talking about persistence, uncertainty, and obscurity. 3 biggest challenges for people. My books are at dreallday.com/Amazon. and/iBooks, whichever one you prefer. You can get physical copies over on the Amazon site. You can get a physical copy of my books. Dre Philosophy Volume 0, the physical copies will be available soon. We're just checking out the proofs, make sure they're right. Tonsel, don't matter. The Work on Your Game Dome is the name of that gym. If you lived here, then you should know where to find a basketball court. How do you improve your ball IQ? Just by playing ball. Could I make an announcement if they would like? It's not a priority right now, Trey Tom, so that's not going to happen. All right, everybody, we wrapping this one up. This is Dre All Day. Y'all can find me on Snapchat at Dre Baldwin, Instagram Dre Baldwin, Twitter at Dre All Day. Everybody, what's up, Kevin? You just checked in, but you can watch the replay. Everybody have a great day. Work on your game. I'm all over YouTube and I'm all over your social media. My Snapchat, you see it, is at Dre Baldwin. My Instagram is the same name, at Dre Baldwin. My Twitter and my Periscope are both at Dre All Day. The website, I don't think I got to say it, but it's dreallday.com. And don't forget to get my free book, Buy a Game. Just go down there to the link description, video description, and get the link. Work on your game.